Miko from ML Sound Lab, and this is Amped ML5 2.0. So as you can probably tell, I'm quite excited about this update. Amped ML5 was one of our very first guitar amps and plugins. It's one of my personal favorite amplifiers of all time, and it was a very early period for amp simulation for us as a company. I'm so happy that we finally have all the latest and greatest features put into the Amped ML5. That includes, obviously, the Vorna amp modeling. The latest and greatest thing we have for Vorna modeling is if it's too heavy for your computer, you actually have a switch here saying Vorna. You click this, you get to light mode, which just helps people with computers that may not be that highly powered. On top of that, there's just so many things to go through. It didn't have a tuner, now we have a tuner. We have an extremely precise tuner that you can absolutely trust. We have the latest pedalboard with the latest effects set so that you can have the pedalboard open with the amp settings, so you can actually tweak things without going to different pages. One of the biggest features here that has changed is the cabinet section. You now have the 3D cabinet section. On top of the Mega Traditional, which was the original cabinet for Amped ML5, you also have the ANGR here. So if you want to get the original sound of the ML5 that we released like 2 years ago, just use the 57 traditional, and most of these 57 positions that I've placed here are actually the same exact mic position that was on the original ML5. So this is that sound if you want to get that sound. On top of that sound, however, we now have the ANGR cabinet that is a much more fatter sounding cabinet. So now we sort of have this brighter sound of the traditional Mega, and then we have a fatter sound of the ANGR. I'll quickly demonstrate this. So there I was flipping back and forth between the Mega Traditional cabinet that has that bite, that progressive metal bite that you love, and then we have the ANGR that has the fattest and most pleasant sounding high end in the world. And now you can kind of blend the two and get a lot more variety out of this plugin. Now, something that hasn't changed is that we still have the 9 different amp sims in this plugin, but the cool thing here is that now we have some effects, so we can do some sorts of cool things like use the compressor to get an even fatter sound, or use the chorus and reverb to get this kind of a lush sound. Let's just have a listen to what I'm talking about. Now, sounds like that were essentially impossible before. Now we can actually use the pedalboard that has so many cool things added to this plugin. Just all the sounds that you want are now included. Now, on top of the sounds, we now have the MIDI controlling, which we just actually released a tutorial on this specific use case of how you would actually do this. So go check out that tutorial if you want more information about MIDI controlling. Now, something that I'm personally very excited about is that now these amp controls are a lot more realistic. They were realistic before, but with the Vorna amp modeling that we're doing these days, we have a lot of control over what things are affected by these knobs. So for example, before we didn't really have amazing control over the gain structure, which is very crucial for this amplifier. So right now, for example, if you boost the treble all the way up, you will get a lot more gain than having it where it is right now. Let me try and demonstrate this. Just pick this amp with this setting. So right there was 2 things that I hope I made clear. When you boost the treble, you do get treble, But you also brighten the preamp sound going into the gain structure, meaning that you get a tighter sound and you get more gain. So many times when using this amplifier, you may actually find that you want to have the treble quite a bit higher if you want an ultra tight sound, but you can also do the same thing by lowering the bass. Now, this is a very, very demanding amp to tweak, which is why we have the amazing presets here, reworked and retweaked to work with this new Vorna engine. That's essentially it. Go check out Amped ML5. There's a free trial, and now that we're updating this 2.0, we're actually including a 50% off deal if you get it right now. So if you didn't have Amped ML5 yet, now that it has the latest and greatest features, go try it out again. If you didn't like it before, I don't know what's wrong with you, but now I'm sure you will love it. Anyways, it's 50% off right now if you get it during this update 2.0 season. That's all, go try it out, and if you already had it, go get your free update, and see you on the next one. I've been Mikko, bye bye.